Cars. To some, they're just transport. A convenient alternative to highly flammable dirigibles or walking. But you understand, cars are far more than this. They are our history. They mark the moments by which we define decades. Cars are some of the most intoxicating, most beautiful things ever forged by mankind. They represent the glory of technology, the essence of freedom, and have been the weapons in some of our most gripping sporting battles. They grip us, they cheer us on, they hold us up as heroes. So this is about the love of all things four-wheeled and fast. This is a shrine to power, to speed, to metal made beautiful. This is where dreams are driven.
There are times in our lives where we have to go somewhere, we have an agenda, we have a time we have to be somewhere. But when I get into the 2002, it is an escape. You get in the car, you feel your shoulders relax, you feel a deeper breath, you feel more comfortable. Folks have asked how it is driving this car, and I've explained it real simply, it's a smile generator. I think we can all use more smiles, and whether I created one or whether I smiled more, everybody wins.
To me, driving is freedom. Whether you're driving down the block or you want to drive across the country, you're in control of where you go. That's why driving is important. What I love about driving this car, particularly on a great empty winding road, is that I feel like I'm really driving it. I'm shifting the gears in the 4-speed manual transmission. It's the sensation of driving it and feeling like I'm connected to the road. I remember getting one of my first stick shift lessons in this very car when I was 15 and had my learner's permit. My uncle gave me some lessons, and he was pretty patient, but I was horrible. We switched seats, and he said, "Let me show you how it's done." He popped a clutch, and he smoked that tire all the way down the block. This was my uncle's pride and joy. He took such good care of it. He was really good about all the maintenance, things like oil changes. When he finally sold it to me, I felt like he was trusting me with his baby. This car is a connection to an earlier time in my life when I was just in awe of cars. It's a connection to my family and people like my uncle who would teach me about cars.
My name is Owen. This is my barn, and that's my 1988 Lancia Delta Integrale, 8-valve cat, which it means it's a German vehicle. I think originally built in Switzerland. Probably not the most sought after of the Deltas, definitely not the fastest, but I very much love it. Something about driving a car that's at the same age as you, where you really appreciate all of the dents in the paintwork, all of the squeaks and the engine, the unreliability. You feel, well, I've gone through this much, it's gone through the same amount, and you respect it a little bit more perhaps than something that's much newer.
My husband and I literally met because of cars. We met in high school auto shop class, and the theme throughout our whole relationship has continued to be automotive. Driving my Z is a very raw experience. When you're driving it, You smell everything, you hear everything. It's a very connected feeling.
I think when we're out driving the cars together, it's just fun, you know, we're both smiling, we're both laughing. You pull up next to each other and you look over and laugh and take off or pass each other, and it's a way of communicating without saying anything. What I love most about driving the Datsuns with Courtney is that it's almost therapeutic. You lose track of everything else and it's just you and the cars.
The feeling that I get just being out and about and driving the Datsuns with Dustin is it's just happiness. The simplest form of happiness for me.
This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT convertible. Color is B5 blue. It's a 383 Magnum with a 4-speed pistol grip. I enjoy driving it. Really, the story and the history of this car is really the trophy. Just seeing the car back together. I know that's what she would have wanted. The beginning of 1968, I was shipped to Vietnam. I was engaged to be married and received the ring back when I was coming from Germany going to Vietnam. When I went over there as a young man with a breakup from a high school sweetheart, it's like, it's almost like you feel like your life is over with. My cousin knew it, and she asked a friend of hers to write to me. All of a sudden I get this letter and I open it up and she starts out by saying, "Hi, my name is Kitty. It'd be nice to hear from you if you'd write back." And so we wrote back and forth together, sent a few pictures back and forth. And she's what pulled me through that. She said, "Why don't we get you a car for your birthday? You can get whatever you want, but it's gotta be a convertible." She knew that I was eyeballing the Dodge Challenger because that was the first year it was coming out. And we ordered it. Back in '70, we went to Florida. We drove it all the way down there through the Smoky Mountains down to Daytona. Then we went down to Miami. After 6 years of driving it, it was starting to get a little rusty. So I started tearing it apart, and it only had 27,800 and about 96 miles on it. But I never could finish it because 3 kids, working all the time. So total time, it sat for 40 years. She knew I wanted to work on it and that. Someday I'd get around to doing it, but unfortunately, she didn't get to see that. Kitty had been diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in 2008. 2013, we lost her to cancer. Brian, my son, said to me, "We need to get your car done. Let's have it done."
My dad served this country in Vietnam. He served our family. This car really meant a lot to him, a lot to her, and that she would want it put back together. But, so I always knew it meant something to him and just, wanted to see him honestly enjoy it again.
In November of 15, the Muscle Car and Corvette National Show was in Rosemont. So Brian and I were gonna go there. We go in this show, so all of a sudden he says, "Come on, Dad, let's go over here." Make my way through this crowd in the front, and this guy's standing there with with a microphone. He says, "You, sir, you with the hat. He said, "You got any family here?" I says, "Yeah, my son's right here with me." As soon as he did, a whole gaggle of people came out. And when I seen them coming towards me, I look at them, and I look at this car under this drape, and I go, "You gotta be kidding me." Then my 2 daughters pulled the black drape off the car. I couldn't even speak. It's like, it was awesome. One hell of a surprise. I ordered the plates, and it says, "Miss You Kit." It stands for Kitty. When we had at the show, The grandsons, they were polishing it and that, and we're instructing them on how to do it. The 8-year-old, he's telling people that are walking up all about the car, and so it was a real family affair. It'll stay in the family when I'm not around anymore. There's no way it's ever getting sold. It's got just too many memories in it. Even today, I still can't believe it's back together. It's like the car is so much a part of her. She's there with me, I know that.
It's what non-car people don't get. They see all cars as just 1.5 tons, 2 tons of wires, glass, metal and rubber. That's all they see. People like you or I know, we have an unshakable belief that cars are living entities. Well, not a Toyota Corolla, obviously, but a real... You can develop a relationship with a car, and that's what non-car people just don't get. There was a guy called Charles Babbage who invented the computer back in the 18th century. He talked about the unerring certainty of machinery. Okay, now the problem you have is that when you have the unerring certainty of machinery, it is a machine. When something has foibles and won't handle properly, that gives it a particularly human quality because it makes mistakes, and that's how you can build a relationship with a car that other people won't get.